Welcome back to Across America. I'm Jeff Flock. Continuing to target the recovery in the housing market where the business is making that happen. Take a look. There's the plumbing just installed in this new row home in the Bridgeport neighborhood in Chicago. Maybe you see the drywall just got finished here, right, Jeff Bennick, with Lexington Homes. This is a neighborhood that started to come back during the recession, before the recession, and then died, obviously, with the recession.
Everything else, correct, yeah.
Yeah, and now?
It's coming back big time.
Okay, take me through this unit. This is a row home. For those who don't know the Bridgeport neighborhood in Chicago, everybody knows it maybe because of the Mayor's Daily that grew up here.
The Dailies grew up here and the White Sox.
That's right, the U.S. Cellular Field.
Right.
Gotcha. Go ahead and take me upstairs. Go ahead first, and you'll get to see what a row home under construction looks like. This is kind of at the stage, as I said, where the drywall is done. What's the next step in here, Jeff?
Would be the final finishes. The stairways and the carpeting and the
So this goes then on the market how soon?
Well, this one's sold actually.
Oh, this one actually is sold already.
It's under construction is sold. We're selling well ahead of our construction right now.
Wow. And that I was going to say that's another good sign for this market. And you were telling me earlier that this market now is starting to show signs of a real market where you have real buyers, not people that are bottom feeding, not people that are dreaming, but people that actually can afford to buy a house.
Correct. And the purchase cycles are more normal now.
You say the purchase cycles are a little more normal. What do you mean by that?
During the recession, those that were buying a home, the few that were buying homes, if they had a home to sell, they weren't doing anything until they had their home sold and closed, money in the bank. Then they would tiptoe forward and buy something new and commit to it. Today we're seeing more of a normal situation where people will find what they want, put their deposit down, go to contract, and then ready their existing home for resale.
Now you've got another, with some more units over here, and then you're going to even go farther and continue to develop on this site.
Yeah, the entire site will be done when we're finished.
Now, just to give our viewers some perspective on this, we talked about how close we are to downtown Chicago. That's the city, obviously off there in the distance, so this is very convenient to people. But even though, despite the convenience and the availability here during the recession, nothing was doing.
Well, nothing was doing anywhere. Anywhere. We're good location, bad, good price, low price. They just weren't buying.
And now you can use some of these advantages that you have. By the way, I guess if you're a Cub fan, maybe you're not too thrilled about being next to Cellular.
We've actually sold to some Cubs fans down here, believe it or not, but they walk softly. I don't know if they roll their head as readily as they would on the north side.
They should probably carry a stick as well. Taking a look at this roof deck out here, this is not the kind of housing that we would have typically seen in this community of Bridgeport. This is not the Bridgeport that the Dailies grew up in, where everybody had a bungalow, all single family.
No, there's all kinds of housing types here. Condos, upscale single family, big single family homes where they've taken 4 and 5 lots and made a huge. Wow. So yeah,
that does indicate strength. I want to take a look now. Take me over to your single family site, because you're also developing single family here as well. Let's take a look. And what am I looking at right here? How many bedrooms, how many baths?
This is probably, well, these are 3 bedrooms, 4 or 5. These prices start in the around $460 to $5 1/4, depending on the size of the home, the base home.
Gotcha. Let's take a look inside these. This is a neighborhood, as we said before, that was at one time all single-family homes, but there weren't ones that were $500,000 single-family homes and ones like this that, big nice fireplaces, big open floor plans. This is clearly an example of gentrification.
Right, absolutely. And this is what the buyers are wanting, and this is the buyer type. These are all families with kids, and they're going to grow, they're going to be here for a long time, and they need this space.
What is it about this market right now that most encourages you, that you see?
The urgency. As I said before, that we weren't seeing any of that for 5, 6 years. No urgency, no confidence. And we're seeing confidence in the market with the buyers and a lot of urgency to make a move.
And that makes a huge difference. It's like almost that the houses in some ways sell themselves as opposed to the way it was before.
A lot of times it's a snowball effect. It's all about the emotion.
And tell me about this. These homes along here, are they on the market? Did you sell them yet?
All sold. We've sold all of these before we built them.
That's amazing that you've already sold all of these homes.
One left.
One left.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody who wants a home in Bridgeport, a single family, hurry on down, because apparently only one left. Now, we see that some of this gentrification has already taken place. This would typically have been an industrial site back in the day. There was a lot of industry in this neighborhood, and a lot of people lived in proximity to it. but the homes across the street, for example, those happened before the last recession, right?
Leading up to the recession. These were all built about 7, 8 years ago.
Wow. Yeah. So you already had some of this going on, and now you've actually got competition here. You've got multiple developers that are in this neighborhood, work in a neighborhood that had been kind of dead.
Yeah, well, we had been kind of a pioneer here, and we kind of slothed through the recession like that, but now other builders are coming in. That's not bad, that's good, because more builders brings multiple prospects.
And I was going to say multiple prospects, and also tends to drive up price. And that's the thing I got to ask you about. If we're talking about, the Fed perhaps turning the spigot off a little bit, perhaps interest rates start to rise. What does that do to your market? Does that have a real chilling effect on it?
In one sense, yes. In one sense, no. I mean, 3 and 4% mortgage rates really, at the end of the day, aren't realistic. And if you can afford a house at 3 or 4% and you can't at 6, you probably should be second guessing whether or not you should be getting yourself into it in the first place.
Yeah, in that particular house, certainly.
And so yes, as rates go up a point, it's going to price some people out of the market. But at the end of the day, maybe inflation starts to kick in. That would boost housing even more.
And this is no offense to the folks at Bridgeport, but this is a neighborhood that we see some of the industry back there off in the distance. I mean, this is not your, for those who know Chicago, Lincoln Park, this is all surrounded by residential. This is I wouldn't call a pioneering neighborhood, but this is not one that is going to be at the top of everyone's list. So you need the economy to be in pretty good shape for this to be successful, right?
Yeah, but if you're local enough, they know about it. And so unless the market really hits the wall, we think we'll be okay, given the location that we're in.
Yeah, and it's, again, nice to see gentrification rear its head again, which you went for a long time. You went through and not much was happening.
Right. Well, all this here we are, this was all industrial at one time, from all the way 2 blocks that way to Halstead.
Yeah.
So, and most of it's gone now.
Gotcha. Houses coming, 9 of them in a row right here. Only 1 left, only 1 unsold. Another sign of the positive housing market that we're seeing right now.